Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out with Aaron The Silencer McKenna. Aaron looking to create a big fight, a bit of a big buzz too. We'll get to that in a second. First of all, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm great. How's things?
Yeah, not bad. All the better to be speaking to yourself. Let's rewind slightly. You took on Lima, it was in your last bout, and it was a tough, grueling affair, but one that you came through well. And I think I was saying to you after the fact, like, you know in your heart that you've got that, but it's great for you to show that in the ring, on TV, in front of people too.
Yeah, it was great to get a fight with a guy with an undefeated record as well in Lima, 10-0, and he came to fight, and that's the type of fights I want, people that are in there to fight to the very end. And it was great to also pick up my second title along the way. It was a great fight for me, and very happy with it.
You happy to also keep proving your potential too? Not that anyone's doubting you, but in boxing, everyone always has kind of questions about prospects when they come through until they kind of reach that stage. So you happy to keep proving that you've got this ability and can be someone who can get to the very top?
Yeah, definitely. I think the better the opponent I fight, the better I'll be in there in the ring. I've been sparring all the best people in the world, a lot of world champions. So I just want to keep showing to people that I have all the ability and all the hard work I've been putting in. I just got to prove it now. And over the next few fights, I'll definitely show people what my real talent is like.
How much of the true version of you have we seen in the ring as of yet?
I'd say not too much. You've seen a bit, but I think really in my next few fights, you'll definitely see what I'm really made of. As I said, I've been getting a lot of high quality sparring, and I've been putting in all the hard work. I spent 4 years in America, learned my craft over there and all the top gyms, Wildcard, Robert Garcia's, and traveled around to Vegas, Mexico. So I've been around a lot of gyms sparring, a lot of high quality opponents. So once I fight people with a really high level of quality, you'll see the real best out of me.
Now, the big fight I wanted to talk about with you, and it's been talked about for a while over social media at the very least, is a fight with Liam Williams. Can you tell me when this first fight, kind of came about in consciousness as a target for yourself and a target for him too?
Yeah, it first came out on social media. He put something up on Twitter. He was the one who said something first, and then I just hit back at him, and then it's been going back and forth ever since. And then he had the chance to fight me on 2 dates. First one was June 16th, 2 weeks before the fight when Thompson pulled out. They offered it to Liam Williams and he turned it down. He says there wasn't enough time, but he's been putting up in social media all that year that he's ready for fights, just waiting on dates and that. He was training all year. And then the next one was not Chris Eubank, Liam Smith card. There was a slot for us there, high up the card. And again, he chose to go on holidays. He says he couldn't fight in September. And this was after all the stuff he was talking on Twitter. He's putting up stuff saying that I don't want to fight him and I'm ignoring him, I'm hiding. And yet there was a fight we could have had on a massive card and he turned that down. So he talks a lot of shite and he's just a bluffer in my eyes.
Are you disappointed to have missed out on those two opportunities to have a fight like that on those two big cards?
Definitely, yeah. It would have been massive to get in the Eubank card, another fighter that's my weight, and it was supposed to be high up the slot, but he had more important things. He went to Mexico there for a few weeks. He was building sand castles and making love hearts in the sand. That's what he was up to. While I was training hard, getting ready for fights. And during all that time, he was putting up stuff on Twitter. Again, like, I don't know what he's at with all that stuff when he can't even commit to fight dates.
Now, like you said, yeah, 2 prior moments where this could have happened. Do you feel like this third opportunity that this fight can get over the line now?
Hopefully, yeah. Have to wait and see. So hopefully it gets over the line. I'm ready. I've been training all year and hopefully he doesn't plan another holiday. He was in Tenerife there last week again, so he must go on about 10 or 12 holidays a year. So hopefully it gets over the line now.
Now, putting that aside, how about Liam Williams as a fighter throughout his career? He's had some good fights. He's been in some high-profile moments too, but what do you make of him? What's your scout report on him right now in his career?
He's just tough. He doesn't really have a good defense, but anytime he's got to world level, he's got beat. So he's never really beat anyone at the top level. Anytime he gets the opportunity to fight at the elite level, he gets beat. And in his last few fights, he's getting hurt. You can see with Demetrius Andrade, he got hurt bad in that fight. And then with Chris Eubank, he got knocked down 4 times and even got knocked down with jabs. So I think he's definitely punched up now at this stage. He's 31 and I don't think he's the same fighter as he once was.
What about in terms of how you'd match up with him in the ring? Do you think that if he's not the fighter that he once was, do you feel that you have a greater edge over him than you would have maybe a few years back?
Definitely, yeah. Even years back, I still think I'd knock him out, and I think I knock him out now. I'm a young, hungry fighter, and I've been putting my whole life into this sport and really dedicated. And I'm going in there with the intent to knock him out and knock him out bad.
What would you say is Liam's kind of prime assets as a fighter? What would you be looking out for if you two step through the ropes?
Nothing really too big. He's just too tough for his own good. He eats punches with his face, so I'll be landing punches at him with will, which isn't good for him. And I think Welsh fans are just unlucky over the years. They've had a lot of good fighters, Joe Calzaghe being one. What a role model he was for the Welsh fans. Now they have Liam Williams coming along, who's just a dirty fighter and talks the talk but can't really back it up, and just comes out with the lowest of the low and has no respect for any of his opponents, and just a dirty fighter.
Aaron, I've never really kind of seen, you've always been kind of being reserved. I'm not saying you're being disrespectful or anything, but you seem very much like this is a personal thing between you and him.
Yeah, he's come out with a lot of stuff that I don't like, and especially when he's saying that I'm turning down dates when I'm not, when he's clearly been in holidays for weeks making love hearts in the sand while he's saying all this, which is just to come out with all that stuff while I'm training in the gym just waiting to get a fight date with him. He just comes out with utter nonsense.
Where does a win over Liam Williams, as you plan to get that when the fight does get signed, where does that put you?
It would put me at a good rank in the WBC, hopefully. So I'd say I have a good rank at the minute. I'm 28 in the world, so on BoxRec overall. So I want to get the same, then will put me even higher up. So get a fight with virtually anyone, hopefully.
Are we to think of you now as not as a prospect anymore and rather as a contender? And do you feel like if we're not thinking about you in that way, a win over Liam Williams will put you in out of that kind of bracket?
Yeah, I think so. I've already won 2 titles now. I'm just hoping to win more. My target now is just to win as many fights as possible and lift even bigger titles and better titles, get up a high ranking. And my goal is to become world champion, and I'll do whatever it takes. I'm dedicated, I train hard, and I don't leave the gym.
Aaron, a couple of things before I let you go. First of all, we had a big high-profile fight last weekend, that being Liam Smith versus Eubank Jr., the rematch. A lot of people were kind of saying that Liam Smith was going to come in and bowl over Eubank Jr. again, but it didn't turn out that way. What did you see in that fight?
Eubank was a good performance, but we don't know what it was to do with Smith, how bad Smith was with his ankles rolled. We don't know if that had an effect on him from the start, but it was still a decent performance from Chris Eubank. Another guy that's in my weight and a fight I'd like in the future.
Yeah, how far away do you think you are from those big nights?
Whenever I'd take them next fight if possible, but whenever I get the opportunity, I'll jump on it, and hopefully sooner rather than later.
The other option that was on the table was Shaquille Thompson, a fight obviously that didn't materialize. What is the situation there? Are you still interested to a degree in that fight, or if Liam Williams takes the fight, you wouldn't take that one?
I think now that fight's gone. I haven't heard anything of him or what he's doing since he pulled out that time. I don't think anyone has either, so I think that fight's long gone. I'm looking in front of me, and I want bigger fights than that.
Your thoughts on someone like, would you be willing to take the jump as other fighters have done if the opportunity presented itself? For example, Denzel Bentley took the jump and took on someone like Yana Beck. If that was presented to you, would you take that?
100%. That's what I'm boxing for, is to become world champion. If I got the chance to fight any of the world champions as soon as possible, I'd jump on it. You'd be mad not to. I've been training my whole life to become world champion, and that's what I want in this game.
Aaron, finally, so if this Liam Williams fight gets over the line, what date are we looking at?
I'm not sure of any dates yet, but hopefully we can get it over the line, and as soon as possible, I'm ready.
Aaron, a real pleasure speaking to you. Thanks for speaking to Seconds Out. Hopefully this fight gets over the line. I'm very much intrigued by this, so we'll speak soon.
All right, good seeing you.